Here we go. Hello, everybody. This is going to be a DJI Mini 4 Pro Thanksgiving flight. And here come the leaves. What little leaves we do have left are falling now. We'll be up in the air on this one already. There we are. The wind is blowing probably 10-15 miles an hour at least, sometimes up to 20 in gusts. But I thought I'd get a real quick flight in for you all today. So we're headed due south. We're flying the Mini 4 Pro, Thelma Lou. And she's wearing a ND16 filter today. We're going to go up and take a look and see if there's any colors left at all. There's a nice little pond there. Deer like coming in there and drinking from time to time. Gain a little altitude here. We're going to head due south now. Take a slow look over these cedars. I flew over those cedars a couple years ago and there was a whole mess of turkeys in there. Must have been 15 of them just grouped up in one of those little openings in there. That's why I'm kind of flying slow over it now, just to take a look, see if we see anything. And we don't. So I thought I'd take a short run out to those smokestacks way over there. Not very far, but you can see they got a little rain. You can see water in the bottom of that field, holding some moisture there. Now we're headed southeast. We're flying into the wind on this day. I imagine we're doing about 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour, maybe into the wind. There's a walking trail right down there that you've seen before, and there's the train tracks. No trains on this flight, unfortunately. When I was packing up to head on back, I could hear a train in the distance, but it was too late. I already had all the gear put away. So as you can see, the trees are mostly bare, as you would expect. Peak time passed a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks ago, in fact. I'm going to take a peek out in this field, see if we see any deer or turkey. And we do not. Oh, this little snaky river. I think this little creek that runs through there is neat how it cuts through the woods there. It gets a big S, big Superman S there on the right. Head down this way. Oh, those beans still need to be cut there, it looks like. They're good and brown. Not sure why the farmers left those in there. Some of the farmers will leave beans and some standing corn for the deer to wildlife to eat on, and they hunt around that. In this state, you can't bait deer. You can't put anything down for them to eat. But if you've got land that you own, you can leave some crop standing and shoot a deer over that, and they don't call that baiting, which is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, but that's the rules and regulations here. Here we are down here. Those two smokestacks aren't putting out any smoke or whatever you want to call it at all, any moisture. But there is the heating or cooling part of this plant behind it is putting that out. So we'll go over there and take a look at it real quick. Like I said, this is going to be a short flight, nothing too long here. Just wanted to get one out here for you for Thanksgiving. I've got another one I just finished about a half an hour ago. And we're going to call it the golf course flight. So that ought to give you a hint. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving out there. We're going to fly around this plant here and we'll take a look and see what's going on. There we are. We're going to pass over the top of it here. You look look down there, nothing coming out. There's where all that condensation and heat is coming from, right there. So we'll swing over it. We're way far above that. We wouldn't want to get into that mess, that's for sure. Can wreck your drone pretty quick. So we'll take a U-turn here. There's a little bit of color. There's some golds left in some of the trees. Some of the oak trees and trees like that have the golden leaves still on them. But most of the trees have shed. You don't see very many reds anymore. All the elms and silver maples have, well, not the silver maples, but they've all lost their leaves basically. So we're not going to see too much color here, which, you know, I like during these wintertime flights. And this isn't quite winter yet, I understand, but I like it because I can start seeing the lay of the land, the contours of the land, what the weather has done, the animals, people, you know, have all left their trails and their marks on the land. And you can't see that very well during the summer. Spring, you can't see it at all. But in the fall and winter, it sure shows up. And I like looking at that stuff. It paints a picture and a little bit of a story of what went on during the summer months. So I like doing that a lot. So you'll probably see more of that. Anyway, let's cut back over here. I was really hoping to catch some deer. Deer season with a firearm is just ended a couple of days ago. So you won't catch too many of them out in the open. There's about 194,000 of them less in the state now that's over. And as the seasons progress through muzzleloader season, back to bow season's open right now. Then they're going to have another antlerless season later on in the year. So it'll be, you know, 250,000 or so, somewhere in there, by the time it's all said and done. Let's see. No turkeys, huh? Lots of times I'll see turkeys walking along the edge of that field there, but we're going to head over this walking trail again, see if we can get back up here. There's the train track, and there's a lake up at the top. I've flown over that lake once or twice. I need to do that a couple more times. It was a neat looking lake. It had some boaters on it and stuff like that, so I have to get out there. I've got a couple of lake videos if you look through my videos. A lot of people don't like flying over a lot of water, but it doesn't bother me at all. You know, just use some common sense. Stay away from the people and you'll be all right. Here we are coming back towards the takeoff point. We're going to look at these roads here. A bunch of cedars in there. You can see how the cedars grow in just groves and how they spread, and then you have your hardwoods again. Most of the woods in here are locust trees, just real rotten wood. I mean, hardwood and just full of thorns and stickers. You can't hardly drive a four-wheeler or a truck around even close to the edge of any of these pastures without getting a flat tire, getting a 2-inch thorn through your tire, and it will puncture anything. It will puncture a big tractor tire with no problem at all. So you really got to be careful in these woods. I've run a lot of them through my shoes and my foot, through my hands, and there's something about these hedge trees and locust thorns and stuff like that, that when you get even stuck a little bit, and I've run a thorn completely through my hand, through the palm, and come out the other side. It tends to get infected real easy. I don't know exactly why, but it will get infected real easy. So you got to be really careful around this stuff here. Here we are back over the field. This field was just cut about a week ago. Second cutting on it. You can get a whole lot, but at the price of these round bales going up to all the way up to $160 a bale, every little bit you can get out of one of these pastures will feed the cattle and stuff through the wintertime and help you out. So the farmer tries to get at least 2 cuttings out of that. Here's a clear cut that runs down through here that I like hunting in. There we go. Like I said, no colors. I mean, the colors are just they were really muted this year from the lack of rain that we had during the summertime. Just terrible. No colors, but that's the way the year's been. And the year before that wasn't much better, so maybe next year we'll get a little bit better colors. If the good Lord keeps me around long enough, maybe I'll be able to photograph them for you. Here we are. We're going to hang a right here, I think. Come up here a little ways. Come back over this field edge. Little spin here. As I said, the wind was blowing pretty good, so the Mini 4 Pro, she'll handle 20, 25 mile an hour winds, but she don't like it much. At 25 mile an hour winds, if you fly sideways into it, and you'll see it in my upcoming video, I flew today in 20, 25 mile an hour winds. And it does funky things to the gimbal. Causes that gimbal to pop up and down quite a bit when you're flying sideways trying to track something. But the winds this day were, like I said, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So they weren't more than the Mini 4 could handle. Thelma Lou likes getting a little wind up her skirt anyway. So we're going to bring her on home now, I think. I think she's getting tired. But I hope you enjoyed this flight. No color to show you in particular. Just wanted to get out and get a little recording done for Thanksgiving. So we're going to give her the old signal to bring herself home. We're going to let her do a precision landing, but the wind's blowing so hard that we'll go ahead and we'll stop that and we'll land it ourselves. And you'll see it'll take me a minute. The wind blowing it back and forth, trying to get anywhere close to the landing mat was a job in itself. So here we come. Let's see if we can find that landing mat. I see it. Like I said, we'll let her take it most of the way and then we'll stop and we'll bring her down the rest of the way ourselves. She sees it, but with the wind, there's just no way. If you're wanting a precision landing out of any of these drones, don't fly them in winds over 10 miles an hour. Because, see, she just put the camera down. She says, "I see the landing spot. I see where I'm supposed to go, but the wind's blowing me to the right, so we're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to stop that automatic landing, and we'll land it ourselves." Everybody have a safe day out there. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. There's always something, no matter what country you live in, to be thankful for and to give thanks for. God hears us all. All you got to do is open your mouth up and talk to him. Anyway, here we go. See, look at this. The wind is just playing havoc with it. Everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. We're going to put that camera up so we don't get a bunch of dirt and dust into it, because getting it on the landing mat is going to be tough. We'll have some more content out there for you soon, in a couple of days probably. Stay safe. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. That golden rule is a pretty good deal to go by. We'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Boom.